Hello, friends. I am Movie Recap Man, and this is the Destruction film. Women caught in captivity were forced to kill each other and fight to survive for themselves and their loved ones. Jimmy, a soldier, goes out to meet a man named Adam. During the conversation, the girl says she dreams of becoming a professional kickboxer. The meeting ends with the man getting angry, but the girl says she is busy and goes inside the house. The soldier enters the bathroom, holds his finger, supports it, and quietly leaves, but someone enters the house. The newly arrived Jimmy sees some kind of confinement. He notices that a surveillance camera is installed. The girl starts calling for help and walks down a long corridor. After some time, she meets a girl named Sabrina who looks relieved. Jimmy tells her not to get closer to the right, but Sabrina is worried. Jimmy does not understand the seriousness of the situation but takes a long breath and starts fighting with her. During the fight, he asks why she acts this way. Sabrina explains her forced situation and finally persuades the girl, delivering hard blows and taking the girl's life. After that, the world screams, and how many people suffer from this cruelty is revealed. These women kidnap others and form groups to fight against their enemies. They gather all the fighters and show their skills to the wealthy sponsors. Among them are Sabrina and another woman named Joseph, who announces the results of the previous fights and announces the next participant. Also, there are girls named Di and Fabia who join the fighting arena. Throughout the country, Di talks about Singlining's betrayal and how she was treated badly. Fabia explains that tricks are needed for this fight. The fight begins and Fabia wins after a fierce struggle. Meanwhile, a soldier named Cody fights with Sabrina in the hallway. However, Sabrina is not interested in the emotional wounds she received in childhood. Soon after, the commander Kurz arrives and gives Sabrina some advice, congratulates her on her victory, and tells her that she will have no other chance for a whole day. Sabrina wonders what kind of woman she is. She recalls the missed opportunities on the right. After that, the women who have been captured fly out of the camera and are brought to the arena. When the weapons are removed, Fabia announces the start of the fight. The fighters prepare to begin the match. Joseph and Elizabeth enter the hall, and it becomes known that 22 out of the 52 women brought here have serious injuries. Elizabeth praises Sabrina on her previous victory and invites her to rest quietly, while Fabia's leader advises her to keep a close watch. They agree to release two women who won 100-100 in a close fight. Unable to tolerate the situation any longer, Sabrina invites Zidane's assistant inside. A woman named Teresa asks Sabrina about her army status or captivity and confirms it. Teresa offers to lead them. Cody welcomes them and says they need to watch their backs carefully. However, Sabrina tells them about the dangers and supervision the women have undergone and warns that their close people might be in danger. Unable to stay still, Sabrina cries and decides to entrust her daughter's safety to someone and announces this decision with a smile. Cody receives orders from a woman named Marissa. After that, Sabrina is forced to fight with two opponents but shows remarkable skill. All fighters, despite their exhaustion, are sent to the arena in good spirits. The alarm sounds for Teresa. Reinforcements arrive, but Teresa finally loses her temper. Reinforcements come to prisoners named Nabat, Anne, and Brenda, but Brenda refuses to fight Jane and leaves. Elizabeth is informed about this and comes to the conclusion that if the woman performs a strict fight, Jane should stay. Brenda agrees and later is shot by Elizabeth, however. She is released briefly, but before she can react, she is hit with a steel rod. Sabrina calls for help on the camera but receives no response. Their two games are rivals. They refuse to fight anymore, and Cody says if this continues, they and their loved ones will be killed. Cody is severely punished. Knowing that her son is precious, Teresa decides to take control. They organize the guards and Teresa orders a strict search of Cody's body, putting him under tight supervision. Cody opens his eyes from a coma, Fabia is placed in custody and the arena. Along the way, Sabrina's. But Fabia falls asleep longing for her, goes to the table, drinks and kisses her forehead gently. Then Sabrina says she wants to fight alone. After hearing this, Sabrina accepts the challenge and asks for permission to fight and kill. Kurt responds harshly that she should not fight, telling her daughter they will be killed if they do and that her forehead is bleeding. Then other soldiers enter, open the camera door, and the woman who came out is taken to the hall where Fabia is waiting. Sabrina, who has gained strength, is ready to save her daughter from danger. Fabia dies, but Sabrina is forced to fight and kill. A girl named Isabella enters. According to Joseph, Isabella was a champion athlete in college shows. She runs a fitness center and is skilled in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That is why Joseph is interested in this fighter, Isabella. Sabrina asks Isabella why they brought her here and does not understand the answer no, trying to understand where she came from. But Isabella does not believe her words, so Sabrina enters the room. However, Isabella tricks her and knocks her out, and Sabrina asks her to help her survive and fight. Then they meet at a banquet with fanfare, expressing gratitude for the services rendered to the regime and inviting her to a grand feast. The guard trying to lose sight of Sabrina is another woman who arrived. "Hello, I am Jalaki and she is attacking him." Soon another worker arrives who is the spirit of a great philosopher. A woman from Canada starts killing the guards one by one, and finally the leader starts killing one by one. During the fight, a pig figure hits Isabella and kills her. Sabrina rushes to the mirror and falls. The pig figure dies instantly. Joseph starts to guard her, and a woman who was calm before attacks, throwing her on the floor and remains in the philosopher's captivity. At the banquet, Kurz is worried about something. But the attacker dies immediately without resistance. Sabrina enters the banquet hall. The guests are shocked. A woman at the door tries to escape outside, but the girl is comforted with the words "You are free now," and suddenly falls to the floor from a gunshot. It turns out she was one of the guards. Finally, seeing her daughter's suffering, her exhausted expression fades. The end.